Hello and welcome to Seagulls Social, episode 40. I'm your host, Maz, and of course, as per usual, I am joined by the boys, Ryan and Ben.
Is it me or the lifestyle, sweetheart?
Oh, God.
Oh, actually...
When was the last time you heard that?
About 2 minutes ago.
Literally a second ago. Yeah, off my For You page. Is it me or the lifestyle, sweetheart? We're going to try and get him on the pod, that's what I'm saying. We're going to get RD
on the podcast.
That's our mission.
To be fair, he's a Brighton boy.
On the, hashtag RD on the pod. Exactly, mate.
You never know.
Apparently he went to Carl Newman, so you never know.
That'd be so funny.
That'd be sick.
Look at all of the talented boys that come out of Cardinal Newman. Me, Maz, RD, GT3, Connor Maynard. Who else we got? Connor Wilkins. Grant Hall, yeah. I say Connor Wilkins, but yeah, I suppose he did play for Brighton.
Did he even go to Newman? I don't even know. No idea. I've just been told. I've been told by someone, but he's probably wrong, to be honest.
I think we're fake news in it, to be honest.
I don't know. I know a few of his mates, and they were from Newman as well, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, boys, less about RD and more about our...
Adiola.
Tale of two... Yeah, a tale of two halves, wasn't it, yesterday? Like, I think someone summarised it really well on Twitter, I saw. It was like the most Brighton performance, like...
I think it was Naylor put that, wasn't it? He was like, that is the most Brighton.
Was it Naylor? Yeah.
Happen. I think it was, yeah.
And I think he hit the nail on the head there. True. It was like, first half, we were sick. Like, apart from the first 10 minutes, which I thought we were a bit shaky, we didn't look great. You know, Ali J looked a bit shaky. A couple of the players looked a bit, off it. But then after that, for the first half, we were unbelievable. Like, all over them, playing really good football. And then second half, FC. So the opposite of Man United. That's what we did, basically. Yeah. What in the Brighton was that? So Ryan, kick us off, mate. What were your initial thoughts? As soon as that final whistle blew, what was your thoughts?
I was seeing red, to be honest. I was angry. I was so mad. My sister can tell you if you want to ask her. She saw the anger. I was really mad, and yeah. I don't even know. I didn't even see. I didn't even see Mopey get sent off. But everyone was messaging me. Mopey's been sent off. I was like, oh God, what's he done now? So
I'm still unclear as to what he actually did though. Like I know it's foul and abusive language.
Said something.
Do we know any more?
Not yet. No. I just read that. Half that article that Naylor put on about a few hours ago.
I was going to say, let me quickly read it out for the people at home.
It just said that he's
Neil Maupay could be banned for 3 matches after losing temper. After a season of the word that I can't pronounce, he will face questions over his future at Brighton. Which that last bit throws a few questions out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think to do it like so. Basically, obviously, what he done was just like so. What Dunkey did, in my opinion, was stupid, as well as what Mopey done was equally as stupid because, very stupid. Like they're very avoidable sending offs, right? Like Mopey could easily just shut his mouth, he wouldn't have got sent off. And likewise with Lewis Dunk, if he hadn't have dragged back Fabio Silva and let him just go on through and goal. Because let's be real, Fabio Silva isn't that great, is he? So he probably would have missed anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Just let him go through,
even if he does score, we were doing well.
Okay, so look, I know that I'll give you my answer after, but I'll start off with you, Ben. What would you rather do? Would you rather have a man sent off, or would you rather let the player go through and equalise 1-1? What would you do in that situation, you personally?
With the minute being like 55 minutes, I would 100% rather them score. Like if it was maybe the 80th minute, then you could probably ride out 10 minutes and potentially 100%. But being that early in the second half, and Maz, we kind of got screwed over a bit, or we all did, to be fair. I'll take
the blame on this one.
Yeah, obviously when Donkey scored, everyone's going, Donkey's the best English centre back, all the same stuff. Which he is one of the best. And I even tweeted saying Gareth Southgate, are you watching? Everyone was tweeting that kind of stuff. And then Maz even done a poll because of a Villa fan saying Conte was better. Yeah, it doesn't mean to say that Conte's really bad. That just means to say that
no, exactly.
They're both very good, but Dunk edges him personally for me.
Basically, anyway. the question I asked for anyone who didn't see it on Twitter, I asked who would, if you only had one slot for out the two, who would you pick, Conte or Dunk? And then basically it backfired massively. Donkey got sent off, and then all
the Villa fan retweeted it, and then it literally just Jesus Christ, the poll was like 80% at one point.
Yeah, I'm blaming it on the lock screen gods up there somewhere. You know the whole lock screen thing. Do you remember how I was on about that probably like a few weeks ago? And I can't remember who I had on last. They had a stinker. I haven't put a player as my lock screen for probably a good 2 months for that reason. Well, I put Lewis Dunk as my lock screen, didn't I, just before the weekend? And he got sent off. Nah. I think it's got to be some sort of thing. I'm sorry, I've got to have some juju on the team or something. Because I don't understand how that can possibly work. I don't even know. But yeah, Lewis Dunk,
it's the Myanmar Magic, mate.
Yeah, Wade would look stupid as well, all over Twitter. Oh, yeah. Thanks for that, mate. And
just going back to
the egg on our faces.
Just going back to the question, Brian. Just what I asked. What would you do? Like, if you were Dunk in that situation, it's the 50th minute, wherever it was. Would you pull him back, or would you just let him go for a goal and hedge your chances?
I mean, if you want to go literally, what would I do? I probably would have taken him out. But if you want to go, if a man of Lewis Dunk's experience. You should. It's the wrong decision. It's the wrong decision. I mean, at the end of the game, if you've won that game because of that, it's a 1-0 finish and we've held them out. Then all of a sudden, Dunk's a hero. But because we lost the game, we threw it away. Dunk's the villain.
So early on.
It was stupid. It was stupid.
It's difficult though, isn't it? Like it's such a short period of time where you have to make that decision, and there's obviously so many factors that come into play.
You're talking milliseconds, aren't you?
Yeah, but it was a very, very, very stupid challenge. Like pulling him back, that was just like he had nothing else he could have done. Like he could have. I mean, if he'd even tried chasing him a bit and maybe clipped his legs and took the red that way, but he didn't even let him get past him. He just dragged him back.
Silver's always going to have the beating of him, though, isn't he? I mean, Dunk's not exactly best with pace. That's one thing he's not. I think Silver was always going to beat him in that situation. And then you've got to think, does he rely on Bobby Sanchez? Which, to be honest, I mean, the season he's had, you wouldn't put it past him in saving that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's banked on that, and it didn't go to plan. So, yeah, I don't want to get on Dunk's
and he made a couple of good saves as well, Sanchez. I know, imagine you touched on earlier, like when
the one he done in the first half.
Right at the beginning. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right at the beginning. That was unbelievable. Mate, I thought it was so downplayed. I thought the commentators, because I was watching on BBC, and I thought the commentators was like, save Sanchez. Really
Stephen
like
Warnock, mate, you want to be sick.
I was like,
he's your rival, isn't he, man?
I was like, what the hell? I was like, that's such a good save. Why have you downplayed that? Why have you not given him his credit? Like, it's an unbelievable
they were
save.
downplaying us the whole time. It made me laugh at half time.
Yeah.
And it was Glenn Murray having a debate about what Welbeck should have been doing and what shouldn't have been doing. And then there's, I don't know who the presenter is, and Jermaine Genius trying to debate
Chapman.
with him.
Jermaine Genius.
Yeah, is that his name? Yeah. Trying to debate with Glenn Murray as to what a striker should and shouldn't do. No, shut up. Hang on a minute. Who's got 100+ career goals in their career? Oh, Glenn Murray. So when he talks about what a striker should and shouldn't do, you just shut up and you listen to what he's saying. You don't debate what he's saying because you don't have any grounds to tell him what he knows because he's done it. You haven't done it. What have you done? Presented on BBC. Stupid.
Oh, wait, are you talking about Mark Chapman or Jermaine Genius? I was going to say,
Jermaine... Oh, both from Jermaine Genius as well. Yeah, I know, but he only scored 150, 200 goals, has he? So, yeah.
No, of course, yeah.
I loved hearing Glenn in the studio. I think I don't know if I'm being biased, but I think he did actually do a pretty good job as well. I think he's
got a good future in the media, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But the
Stephen Warnock guy. Oh my God. I would have rather have listened to that on mute, to be honest. He made me literally, my ears were bleeding.
There are some terrible commentators out there, and he's definitely up there with them. It was
just such a boring voice as well.
Scouse accent.
No, but
another thing the pundits were talking about at half time was it Dan Burns, that penalty shout? What are your thoughts on the Gibbs White versus Dan Burn one, where he's literally holding him?
That was a pen. Any day of the week.
When I first saw it, I was a bit hesitant. I was a bit like, there's not much grounds for me. Like it looked a bit soft. But then the more I watched it, the more Gibbs White has got him hooked. Dan Burn, can't really move, and he's got no mobility. And Gibbs White is fouling him like that. Anywhere else on the pitch, that would be a foul. So the more I looked at it, the more I looked at it.
Gibbs White was in panic stations, didn't he? He was panicking.
I mean, when you got
penalty
6'7" Burn on you,
penalty any day.
I think it was.
And then you had Genius as well, backing that one up, saying it was completely fine. Stephen Warnock as well was saying, "Oh my God, the bias is unbelievable in that. It was unbelievable. I've never seen so many wrong opinions in 90 minutes than then. I mean, everything they were saying.
It's classic BBC Sport, though, isn't it?
Spot on.
That's classic BBC Sport.
Oh mate, yeah,
12
how
o'clock
that
on a Sunday.
I don't have a clue. Yeah, they went up.
That's why that's why we're social media dons, and that's why we tweet polls about Lewis Dunk.
But that was a penalty any day of the week. I'm sorry. As you say, anywhere else on the pitch, that's a free kick. I don't understand the penalty rule anymore. I don't understand what is and isn't a penalty.
That's what
I mean. If you've got your arms around him, it's a penalty. Surely you rugby tackle him to the floor. He's not even looking at the ball.
I think that's what
penalty.
That's the other thing as well, Ron. I think you make a really good point. It's like there's no consistency anymore with the referees. It's like, like one thing's a foul, one isn't. Like, we just need some kind of like. Can you not just be consistent with all the decisions?
There
has
been consistency for years.
One howler.
Years now.
Yeah.
I hate bringing them up all the time, but if that was like a United player or something, straight away, pen. I don't care.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes with his arms flailing like this and jumping around.
Lacazette screaming.
Fairy.
You know what?
Yeah,
because Dan Burn didn't really make a meal of it, did he? He didn't actually really make a meal of it. So that could have been
a big tough Geordie lad, didn't he? 6'7" centre back. You get back up, and knock him over. Yeah, stupid.
Well, just quickly, I don't want to keep sort of going back to it. Just quickly, just give my piece on Dunkey, just because I just wanted to talk about it. Was just for me personally on the whole Dunkey sort of red card is that when I first watched it, literally straight away I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've seen. Like, why, just why? But then obviously, like what you mentioned, Brian, it's like, heat of the moment in the game, split second. I get it. You might not be thinking, but then what I just wanted to say with the whole Lewis Dunk thing is, it's like, right, we've got 60 minutes to go. If you're 1-1. You've got half an hour to go. It's 1-1. You can still come back with 11 men. But when you're on with your 10 men and you've just been sent off, the likelihood of you, like, it's just going to be wholesale pressure. And that's what happened.
Well,
and I know we can do the whole things that
England called up goodbye now, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think you can see that. They had that close up of him. They had that close up of him like walking up the steps and Molyneux. You could just see in his face like he was literally like throwing his hands over. You could just tell like he was thinking, "Shit, I've properly blown it now."
Yeah, he's not going to
scoring, and everyone went from scoring and everyone talking about me being the best centre back in England to then just doing that, doing something that maybe an inexperienced centre back would do.
I'll still die on this hill. I'm still saying this, and I'll say it with my chest. He is for me the third best centre half in England, and I don't care what everyone else says. All this. I personally think, in terms of who starts for England, John Stones and Maguire.
John Stones and Maguire,
yeah, but.
Stones
I'm not saying he's the third best.
Flop in the Euros. Trust me, you heard it here first. If he starts with Maguire,
did you not see the few of the balls that Lewis Dunk was doing as well in that first half?
Oh my god,
like, he was spraying them.
Yeah, his range of passing is unbelievable. And
I'll take.
And it's just funny though as well.
I'll take Konsa over Stones. 100%.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was funny because just quickly going back to the poll thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, like Konsa's way better than Dunk." Like, "Oh, why are you even doing this poll?" Blah blah blah. We're not saying he's shit. We're not saying he's a bad player at all. We're like, he's a very very good player, and he's much younger than Dunkey. But for me personally, right now, do you want an experienced head in Dunkey, who's a 29-year-old experienced Premier League player, or do you want a relatively
captain of his team as well?
Yeah, or do you want a relatively unproven centre half in Konsa, who's still very good, but still raw and untested at the very top level? I'm not saying Dunkey is top tier, but I personally would definitely take Dunk in that situation. So that's the point we were trying to make.
My only concern is for the Euros. On Euros talk, having Stones and Maguire, you don't have a natural leader. I mean, Maguire could be, but on his bad days, he's shocking. He's really, really bad.
Yeah.
Stones doesn't have leadership qualities, and people will say, "Oh yeah, you can't just put his good form down to Ruben Diaz," and of course you can't. Ruben Diaz has been phenomenal. Like, he's genuinely one of the best centre halves in the world now.
A brick wall.
And he's a leader. He's a captain. He's a dominator, but. That sort of confidence that he's going to give Stones, when Stones looks over his shoulder and he sees Ruben Diaz, it's going to make him play better, isn't it? It's going to make you naturally play better. And he doesn't have to have that duty of being the captain and being the leader. Whereas, take Dunk out of our team, put Stones in it. We're weaker because we ain't got a captain. We ain't got a leader. White and Webster, you could see after Dunk got sent off, we didn't have that leader at the back. And I don't think Webster and White are that yet at all. And I think I put a tweet on about it as well and said that the lack of leadership as soon as Dunk went off, there's no one you look to think who's your man that's sticking out, telling people what to do. Lallana would be, but he's so injury prone. So I couldn't tell you who the next captain of Brighton would be.
It's not like you've got a big. Normally you have like a big experienced goalkeeper behind you, but we've got a pretty young goalkeeper, Sanchez, that can't really. I don't know. Maybe Cannon might be wrong, but I don't feel like he maybe has earned to be able to shout at Dan Burn, Webster, Ben White, and all them lot yet.
And I think you know what, Ryan, you make a really good point about the whole leadership as well. I think where we missed it most was as well. If you noticed how well, in the first half we had about, I think it was like that spell where we had like 3 or 4 corners where we really nearly scored. Where Dunkey had one saved, Webster, Burn. Yeah, like we had like 3 or 4 set piece chances. And then if you noticed, as soon as Dunkey got sent off, defending set pieces, we were so much we were so much worse, and we don't have. I think they didn't score from that leader as well. I think
it's mad to say it, and people. I remember I had this debate as well, and it's mad to say it, but that one figure does make a massive, massive difference. I mean, you look at Villa without Grealish, they're absolutely rubbish. You look at Liverpool when they brought Van Dijk in, they've instantly got so much more confidence. Liverpool when Van Dijk came in were unstoppable, and there's no coincidence that when Van Dijk came in, they became unstoppable. Just that brick wall, you know. And I think that's the same with us and Dunk. Without Dunk, I think Ben White. Adam Webster, no Joel Veltman as well. Who's I would argue probably the next best leader on the pitch, just based on what he's done in his career. You'd struggle. I think we'd really, really struggle defensively because there is no, as I say, keep saying the word, but there is no leader on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
So going on. Yeah, so obviously we pretty much touched on all the main sort of parts. However, I just want to give credit, and I don't personally do this much on the pod, but I actually do want to give credit to Wolves in the sense that their 2 goals I actually thought were very good goals, like with regards to the quality of the goals and the finishes. It was like. I sort of felt a little bit less annoyed. Obviously, I was gutted. Like as soon as they scored, I was furious. But I was just like, fair play. Like they were good goals. Like you can't, if it was a scrappy, basically the point I'm trying to make was, if it was like a scrappy, shitty goal that went over, like own goal or someone like booted in, at least they were good goals.
Yeah, we have conceded some proper laughable goals like this year.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the second was definitely avoidable. I think the second was definitely avoidable.
What the Gibbs right?
Like McAllister
that was avoidable. We had 3 or 4 players in front of him. Ben White didn't throw a challenge in. I think he was on his bum actually. That was avoidable by any stretch.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm not saying they weren't avoidable, but in terms of the quality of the finishes.
Yeah, it's individual quality from Adama Traore as soon as he came on, he changed the game.
Yeah.
I wrote down in my notes that I went, Adama's coming on, RIP. That was it.
As soon as you see him against Burn, there's going to be big problems. Because as much as Burn had a good game, when Adama Traore is in town, there's only going to be one winner in a race between them, and unfortunately it's not going to be Dan Burn. But yeah, I think the second goal definitely was avoidable. They were piling the pressure on, but there was no ability to see that game out at all. I think as soon as Dunk went off, I just thought we were going to lose. I didn't think for any moment we're going to hang on to it because there is, as I said it earlier. So yeah, I wouldn't give credit to Wolves. I'd give credit to Adama for his game changing, but nah. Can't give it.
Didn't start really.
Yeah, no. So with regards to Dan Burn, obviously he had PTSD. Like he was having a torrid time. He was just thinking about the first time he met Adama in that 3-3 draw. He was thinking, "Fuck's sake, here we go again." But no, with regards to Gibbs White finish, it was great. Like it was a good finish. But I agree with you, Ryan. Like we could have avoided it. We could have defended better, etc.
Everyone. I always say this. Everyone, we are the club that if you want to break your duck, if you want to change something about you, you haven't scored for a certain amount of games. You score against Brighton like Benteke. I always say this. Morgan Gibbs White, that was his first ever goal for Wolves. It happened to come against us.
Yeah, and it's Wolves' first ever win against us as well in the Prem, innit? So that's why they celebrated that so hard.
It's just typical, innit? It's typical.
I mean, their fans were really piping up, weren't they? To be fair to him, I was looking at it. I actually sat back on this because I was like, I'm not going to try piping up to Wolves fans because at least with Leeds fans, I had some ground. But I was like, I'm just going to be quiet tonight. I just turn my phone off after the game, pretty much.
It's that SpongeBob meme. You know that SpongeBob meme when he gets off the seat and he goes, "Aye, I'm a go now."
Yeah, I'm
a head out.
Yeah, I'm a head out.
I'll be
honest. When that goal went in. Yeah, when that goal went in, I was just like, for fuck's sake, like, why? Why can we, at least, if we took a draw, it would have been like, okay, calm, but
you can see why fights start.
It's not all doom and gloom. Yeah. It's not doom and gloom at all because look, we've got, Fulham playing tonight in an hour's time, so if they drop points, I think if they
lose against Burnley, they're down, aren't they?
Yeah.
They need to lose. If they draw.
Yeah. I think it was if they bet
because they had to win every game.
Yeah, they have to win every game because
they need to win every game, don't they?
They have to win every game basically.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, because basically, needs them to get buried by Burnley. Sean Dyche masterclass. That's what we need. Big Brexit centre-backs come in with a big header.
Actually, if people might be watching this, we might be safe. We might be mathematically safe.
Could be, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So,
and if we are
should
safe,
we just quickly cheer? Should we say, let's just celebrate now, boys? We're safe. Come on.
Yeah. Not yet. Not yet.
And then actually no. And then that's now react as if we're still not safe. Fulham played really well to get their win, didn't they?
Another week we've got to wait. But I was genuinely gutted. Like as soon as that final whistle blew, I was genuinely gutted. But then I quickly sort of got over it simply by thinking, right, Fulham. I was thinking of Neil Mopey. Well, no, do you know what? I'm going to say this right now. Dunkey and Mopey had holidays booked, and that's why. Dunkey was in his head thinking, right, 3-game ban, lovely, I get to go on holiday early. And then he's thinking, fuck,
it's also cheaper 2 games. Outside the summer holidays, isn't it? It's cheaper outside the summer holidays, so...
they both had holidays booked early, so they were like, fuck this, I'm out.
On the Neil Mopey thing we touched on earlier, though, like saying that it could be out for 3 matches, and when it said about there might be questions about his future... Let's just hypothetically say, like, Zakiri comes in or Connolly comes in and they start the next 3 games instead of Maupay and they play well, then, you know, Maupay's future might be questions, you know?
Well, here's a question then. Would you let him go based on his disciplinary? Would you let him go based on his disciplinary? Because...
No, it was a lot worse at Brentford. I feel like we haven't really seen the worst of Maupay's disciplinary.
I mean,
he hasn't been too bad for us.
We've seen some fire, though, haven't we? We've seen a lot. I mean,
nice passion.
Even some little things like throwing the football at people when they're on the floor at Sheffield Wednesday. And I think he's a walking red card a lot of the time, and we saw that. Personally, if it was me and I was in the club's philosophy of the red card situation, like what we do with Andone, Knockhart, Duffy, so on and so forth, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Mopey go in the summer. I reckon it is very, 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 very possible that we just get rid of him. I would not be surprised at all because
he's lucky. If he done this,
Potter doesn't like. Sorry.
Yeah, if he had got sent off like this against Wolves and we were still like pretty close to relegation, then I think that there'll be so much more uproar. Like you've really fucked it. He's kind of lucky that we are practically safe.
Yeah,
I think if it was a different situation, he'd be in the mud.
But I think he's turned me. He's turned me. I always back Mopey, but after that I was just like, oh mate, come on now. Like there's whatever was said. We'll wait till there's context, as I say, because there could be something going wrong. There could have been really something bad said. Who knows? I'm not going to say anything. So I don't know. But if I
saw someone said it was about Cody though. Did no one else see? Someone mentioned like Cody said something to him.
Someone tweeted saying it was racial. Like it was racial.
That's rubbish. People throwing that around.
But I think
irresponsibly stupid people throwing that around.
Yeah, purely rumours. I think that's purely rumours. But just going back to his disciplinary record, just again, I'm playing devil's advocate here, boys. In his 70 appearances in the Premier League, he's only had 1 red card, and that was against Wolves, and he's had 4 yellow cards. So he's not actually. That's actually not bad at all.
I think people have. He has like a history of it. I think it's at Brentford. I'm pretty sure.
I think he had a bad record. I think he had a bad record at Brentford. But for us,
have you seen the video of him with Conte's shirt? It's so bad. Have you seen
it?
Yeah. Where he's spitting on it and stuff.
But I'd rather him be like passionate and fiery. Like I'm all for it, and I don't think we should lose faith in him. Like I'm definitely not like sort of get out Mopey, because obviously look what he did yesterday was stupid. Like so dumb. Like, what the hell are you, like, what are you doing? Just why? Just don't get involved. Walk away, get off the pitch, standard stuff. But at the same time, obviously, like Ryan said, we don't know the context. You know, he could have been standing up for someone, he could have been, you know, whatever. But at the same time, his record hasn't been that bad. Yeah, I think he's got Larry to the ref. I think he must have just got.
Yeah, I reckon so. And I'm not saying I want him out. I don't, of course. I like him as a player. He missed a lot of chances, but I like him as a footballer. I just think with the way our club is, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if we just get rid of him. Yeah. And whether it's the right decision or not, I don't know. But
then, Ryan, would you then get rid of Connolly as well, because Connolly's been accused?
Oh mate, I'd have had Connolly gone ages ago. I'd have had Connolly gone ages ago.
But it's like if you get rid of one, sort of, I feel like you have to get rid of the other. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, because Mopey will then be like, well, Connolly's done 20 times worse than me. Like, why are you getting rid of me when he's just as bad, or he's done much worse?
They might even point the finger further back. They might say, look what you've done to Knockhart, look what you've done to Andone. So why has Connolly still got away with it? That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's just it's all speculations. Yeah, he's lost his head.
So
we don't know
who would you like to see partnered up front then with Welbeck? See, let's say if we do play 2 up front for the for the rest of the season.
I saw someone suggest Ali J, but I'm not a big fan of him playing up front.
Up front,
I'm not.
Unless it's against Portsmouth in the League Cup, then I'm alright.
He had a blinder in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mate, he was really. I actually thought after the first 10 minutes, because I thought he was very shaky. He gave the ball away a couple of times, but after that, I thought, mate, some of his crosses were incredible.
Yeah, his delivery is actually so good.
His delivery is really good, and I like him out wide. I'm not a big fan of him. Yeah, I don't like him up front or right wing back. I'd much prefer him see him like right wing. That's for me his best position. But yeah,
I personally want to see Connolly. I want to see him giving a go. Or
mate,
I feel like Zakiri and Welbeck are kind of too similar. I like the dynamic between like little and large.
I do get that. But
no,
Connolly not for me. Not Connolly for me though. I
Percy Tau.
But who'd you? Percy Tau, yeah.
Oh god, mate! I actually forgot we had him. I literally just forgot we had him.
It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout.
Clip that up and get it on socials. It's the first time I've spoken about him about 30 years.
True. Percy Cam. We've actually got like a 10-second Percy Cam segment now.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be against it. He's not a bad player, clearly. I mean, he had a good game against City. Okay, he hasn't played since release, but
when was the last time he's been on the bench?
I don't know. He's been held hostage. I don't get why we've brought him back. I think it's stupid. I don't understand.
I see all the South Africans comments saying like he's hidden in like Potter's cupboard or something like that. Everyone's like,
I don't know what they've done. What they've done with him. Just where have they put him? Has anyone seen Percy Tau in a long time? Has anyone seen him? Anyone seen him around town or anything? Oh, he was on the bench.
That's really tickled me. That's really tickled me. Is he held hostage? Right. So,
tied up in Potter's basement.
Yeah. him and Paul Barber just like prodding him with a stick in the basement.
Can I play now? No.
Like Harry Potter in the fucking cover.
Oh god.
Right. Okay. No, that's actually good. I actually don't hate that show. I would actually quite like to see that. That'd be quite a nice dynamic.
I mean,
I'm the same as you. I like the little and large. Yeah. I like the Crouch and Defoe partnership. I'm a big fan of that. You know, like little and large.
Murray and Balder.
And Welbeck, he's actually been playing really well recently. Like I've got to give it to him. I've got to give credit where it's due. He's actually been really good. Like his sort of link-up play has been great. And I really like the link-up between him and Mopey. And then, we're not going to see that for the rest of the season.
Used to love Balder.
So that's
what Balder he was.
Yeah.
Do you remember Balder?
He was great, mate.
Little flashback.
Yeah, mate.
No Balder. But no, I'd have...
George plays for Sheffield United, doesn't he?
Yeah. The right back, didn't he? But I'd have... honestly... I thought Zakiri was alright when he came on. A few touches, didn't do much to be honest. I'd have Zakiri and Welbs. I'd have Zakiri and Welbs because they're just the most natural ones. I wouldn't have Connolly. I can't see him starting for us again just because. I mean, if he's had his chance to get in the team and he hasn't been in there, so. I don't know. I mean, naturally, we would have dropped Mopey, really. Let's be honest. I mean, if this was any other club with quality in the ranks, we would have dropped Mopey ages ago, just based on the chance he's missed, because we'd want someone to tuck him away.
I think Potter likes the fact that he puts pressure on defence. He's like that pressure forward, isn't it?
True.
It does make sense, but he needs to be getting more goals.
Well, I'm going for Danny Welbeck and Percy Tau just for the Percy
culture.
Yeah, Percy genuinely, it would be quite good, and he can't be a bad player, can he? Like he might not be the world's best, but he's not going to be bad. Like he can't go too badly wrong, right? And this is when he gets
I don't think we can judge him.
Like 5 own goals.
I don't think we can judge him. I don't think we can judge him. It's too early. Like we saw him in the cup. We played well against City, the best team, one of the best teams in the world, and then played pretty average against.
He turned Cancelo inside out, didn't he? So you never know.
And Sajin Zinchenko on his arse as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is talent there. There's promising. I would like to see him play. That'd be good.
There you go, boys. Well,
Percy in.
Look, Percy in. Get him in, boys. Get him in. But no, just to summarise, then, boys. Just give us a 15-second summary, Ryan, of the game.
God. Let's think of something. I would rather have. I wish I spent my Sunday afternoon doing something more exciting.
That's a great summary. Great summary. Ben?
I had the Uber outside, literally just as half time was gone, and went straight to Shelter in Brighton. That helped me recover from the damping loss. 15 seconds, good in the first half and shit in the second half. So.
Yeah, that's literally it, isn't it? Like, there is nothing else to say. Like, we just were so bad second half.
Yeah. First half was just like really classic good. Brighton in the second half. It was like, oh my god, new Brighton in the first half. This is the liquid football Brighton. That's a really good tweet I saw. So, in people, Arsenal fans saying that Arteta's got a poor Arsenal squad, so like he can't play decent football. But then he said, but what about Potter, who's playing a 6'7", four-fingered centre back, a left back playing liquid football? I was like, that is quality. It's true though.
Here's my post at half time, just to tell the difference in tones, right? So half time, Wolves 0, Albion 1. Very good first half, cracking header from England's best centre half. Everyone been very good in my opinion. Alireza putting himself into everything. Danny Welbeck, Leandro Trossard and Neil Mopey have caught the eye up front. Backline quality is as always, all-round quality. Your thoughts? So like, I genuinely bigged up the whole team just for us to go throw it away second half. Like, it's outrageous.
Give us the full time.
Yeah, what's the full time tweet?
Oh, I didn't put. I was fuming, so I just put Wolves 2, Albion 1. Nothing to say here except was it right for Dunk to get sent off? Because I didn't want to go into it because I just would have I'd have probably been cancelled to be honest. So I wouldn't bother.
I mean, yeah.
And your 15 seconds, Maz? You got
my 15 seconds, mate. So yeah,
just Ali Reza
stole my lyrics, really. Just cat my flow. But no, just to summarise, for me personally, unbelievable first half. I thought we played really, really good football. And then, tell it two halves. Second half, absolutely woeful. Stupid sending off. And it cost us. Yeah.
Adama Traore happened.
And then, if Fulham do go win tonight, there is still that in your mind that we could go down because we could be without Dunk, Mopey, and Veltman for the rest of the season. No Dunk, Mopey, or Veltman for the rest of the season, potentially.
So just to clarify as well, for anyone who's a bit unsure. So Dunk's got only got one game. Yeah, so he got one game for the pool, so for the red card, and then it was one game Palace additional for the red card he got against Palace. Yeah. So he's got two. He's off for 2 games, but then Mopey is 3 because obviously it was a straight red for aggressive.
Does anyone actually rate that Dunk guy? I mean, what a terrible player.
Terrible man.
We interrupt this incredible podcast to bring you a word from our sponsor, Manscaped. I know, that's right. Seagulls Social has got a sponsor. Let's fucking go. Come on.
We made it, boys. Mama,
we made it.
Mama, we made it.
We're cashing in. We got the bag.
We should be a really cringy
We sold out, boys. Sorry.
Advert, I reckon.
We sold out.
The bag is, funnily enough, the bag is called The Perfect Package, and we're going to talk to you about that. So Manscaped, they've just launched in the UK. We've gone years without using the right tools for the job. You could be one of the first men in the UK to experience their life-changing products. Now, obviously, lockdown's lifting in it, so you boys want to clean downstairs when you start chatting to some birds, and these are the guys for you. Little story from me. These guys have some like new technology.
It literally.
They've got some new technology, right? And last time, you trim your hairs, and then sometimes it gets caught. So it's pain you don't want. So that's why Manscaped have redesigned the electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineering team has perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created, and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 in the UK, which we have been sent, and it is here. Lovely. I'm going to do the makeup stuff. There you go. Yeah. Their 3rd generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents that I've once had. I don't know if you boys have as well. Have you?
Thankfully not, Ben. Thankfully not.
Actually, we probably
must have, surely.
I've had minor cuts. I've never had anything like horrendous happen though.
Yeah. To be fair, my mum's cut my hair once and it's done that. It's not a nice feeling. Yeah. But when I tell you this is premium, I mean premium, lads. So the battery will last up to 90 minutes, so you can take a longer shave. So you could shave for a whole football match if you wanted to. If the game's that boring.
I don't know how hairy you have to be. Like, I'm super hairy.
I was going to say, Mads, yeah.
I don't know, I don't think I'd need an hour and a half, though, to get rid of this.
What about if you're swimming? Because it's waterproof technology, allows you to groom in the shower. And one of the coolest...
What the hell would I want to shave when I'm showering?
It is really cool. What is going on? Because it's waterproof, mate. You can now. So one of the coolest features, though, is the light. You can hear that.
Ooh,
the LED really light.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's for you get to see the hairs on your nipples, properly get in close to the skin for more precise trimming. They've also upgraded to a 7,000 RPM motor called Quiet Stroke, and we all love a quiet stroke, don't we, lads? And let's not forget about the charging stand.
I hate you so much.
Yeah, I
know, so do I. Let's not forget about the charging stand. So show off your mower loud and proud in your bathroom. It's intelligently designed, and the stand is a convenient charging dock powered by USB. So none of them funny shaving ports. You can just do it by USB. Charge your phone, charge a trimmer. It's the new age. If you're listening to me speak right now, I want you to experience it firsthand for yourself. Let's get that bush and tush clean. So you can get 20% off plus free delivery with the code Seagulls at manscaped.com. So that's Seagulls. Make your testes their besties. Ryan, what's the stuff that you liked?
Well, actually, I was going to go on a nicer route, and I was going to talk about the cancer awareness, which Manscaped have teamed up with to form basically more awareness towards cancer, and particularly in men aged between 15 to 35, particularly with prostate and testicular cancer, which is a huge thing. And basically, make sure you go get checked. Do not have worries or be embarrassed. Sort it out. And thank you to Manscaped.
Their marketing is unbelievable, let's be honest. They've obviously picked the greatest podcast as well, finally. Took them their time. 37 episodes in, but they've finally done it. And then what about their ball toner? So they've got ball toners in this perfect package. And then what else we got there?
It genuinely smells really nice. Like, I'm not even saying that because it's an advert. It genuinely smells good. Like, you could probably have that as aftershave and get away with it.
I know, we were saying all fair, like, I would put it on my face.
But I don't recommend putting it on your face, but I mean, it's that good that you can.
Probably be alright.
Let's go on a night out and see who pulls with that on their face. That's just what I'm going to say. But even though it's lawnmower, it's kind of talking about the whole, like, downstairs area. I used it to shave my chest and, like, the nipple area.
I used to shave my huge beard, to be fair.
I was going to say, Ryan's obviously used it just now.
So, as you can see.
But so like I said, you can get 20% off for free delivery with the code Seagulls at manscaped.com, and there'll be a link in the description. That is 20% off with free delivery at manscaped.com, and use the code Seagulls. Your balls will thank you.
And also as well, finally, from me, you get a nice little wash bag as well.
Looks nice.
Quite handy. I've always
wanted it. Take it on holiday.
Wash bag. Yeah, there you go. One towel.
Yeah, nice. Your balls will thank you. Manscaped.com, link in description. Let's get back on with the show.
But there you go. Right, so let's get on to any other business then, boys. So first of all, Big Shay Duffy's back, boys.
The Duff Man.
Shano, the Duff Meister.
Oh, yeah.
He's back.
This is where it could all go wrong. He's going to get everyone pissed, and then we're going to get relegated, aren't we? I can see it. Bar 32. We need to lock the doors at Bar 32 and Vodka Revs. And Conley's like, don't worry, boys, I've got seats down at Shoes.
That was actually quite a good accent.
Oh,
it was all right. I'm giving it to him.
That was good. I was bantering. No, that was good. Is it true, Ben, that he can't play, can he? He's not registered to play because...
I don't, if Football Manager taught me anything, you have to be registered. Like, there's only like 2 times you can register players, and that's after the summer and then after the Jan window.
Yeah. FIFA taught me anything. Why don't we just use finesse shots? Why
don't we just put the sliders on? Can't we just put the sliders on?
Why don't we just score goals? I don't really understand. So stupid.
Oh, mate. Oh, talking of scoring goals, did you see? I posted it on Seagulls Social Twitter. It was a Bromby coach in the game yesterday against Midtjylland. They were playing Bromby versus Midtjylland. And I kid you not, and Ben, if you can put the picture on for the YouTube viewers, basically he puts up a literally a whiteboard saying "keep attacking." That was literally his instructions on a whiteboard. It was so funny.
The opposition would had a red card as well, didn't it?
Opposition had a red card.
Just keep attacking.
Yeah, and I was like, Graham Potter, next time we play, he will definitely employ those kind of tactics. But no, it was very funny. But anyway, Duffy back in training, but it doesn't really mean much. But you never know. He might, if he impresses in training, will he get a shot? Will he get a chance next season?
I think there was he's off to Derby, wasn't it? He's off to Derby on loan, or
is it?
Just getting rid of him probably.
Well, next year.
I think so. Yeah, that's what I saw.
I'll be honest. I think for me personally, I think his time's done at the club. I think.
Yeah.
I think we just got better options. Ostergaard coming through. We got Clark coming through.
That's who we need. We need Ostergaard. We need Ostergaard, a good leader. I was talking about the leaders earlier. Ostergaard's a leader and a half. I mean, he could be the one to.
Mate, he's the boy.
Yeah, the future captain. But then I can't imagine he stays on. To be fair, I reckon we'll get rid of him.
He's been very good. But I just think the options we've got coming through and already at the club, unfortunately, I think for Duffy is just a bit,
I can see Ostergaard go in the summertime, I reckon.
Really?
Well, he's out of contract, isn't he? And he wants full time. He wants first team football, understandably. I mean, he's not going to get that here, is he? Realistically,
I can imagine him in like a fringe player. Like, I'll take that. Like, but
yeah, good backup.
I don't know, especially if you've got Matt Clark still. Like, he obviously hasn't. Well, his team haven't had a good season. He was a lot on loan at Derby, wasn't he? And they've only just survived. But he was one of the top rated defenders in the league, regardless, even though they've done so poorly. So
I think individually,
stats wise, he's done well. So I don't know who's better, Ostergaard or Matt Clark. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if
I personally like Ostergaard's style of play personally more, but than Clark.
Ostergaard's more no nonsense though.
But saying that, I thought like the whole thing with Matt Clark was that he's that left foot centre back that we're missing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Webster on the left. I don't know.
England's best centre back, Matt Clark.
I don't know. England's best centre back.
Call him up all to the England squad. That'd be bants. Imagine that, the whole Brighton back line.
You could do it.
By the way, just quickly, do you know what? I forgot. Sorry, this is really random thought, and I'm just going to say it because it's in my head. So I did a Wolves preview for Talking Wolves, I believe they're called. And he asked me, he was like, "Oh, who's been the Brighton standout players?" And straight away in my head, I popped up. Obviously, I was like, Dunk. Obviously,
Neil Maupay.
Neil Maupay. And Bissouma. But then I felt so bad after because guess who I forgot, boys? And if someone could tell me, I'll give him 10 gold stars.
Pascal Gross.
No.
Dan Burn.
No. Solly March, mate.
Solly March. Yeah.
How have we all forgot about Solly March? As soon as he got injured, he's just sort of like disappeared out of my brain.
No, I mentioned Solly March yesterday, actually. We were talking about it.
You didn't bloody mention him now, did you, Ryan, when I asked you,
I really hope that he's the same player when he comes back. I'm so scared that he's going to be.
I don't reckon he will.
Before his injury, he was genuinely our best player. Like, he was so good. And then he got injured, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Mate, that's what I'm saying. We've got a lot of players out. Like, we've got March, Lamptey, Dunk, Mopey, Veltman. Like, they are good players, you know? So, the question is now, actually, going into the next game, because, as I say, all those players are not in the team. We haven't got a natural right-back now that I can think of, apart from Karbovnik. So maybe it's a chance to see him. I don't know.
Yeah, Moden looked like he was playing right wing back, didn't he? At some point.
Yeah, and that wasn't right. And then we've got no natural leader centre back. So it'd probably be a back four, I'd imagine, because I don't really fancy going back through.
Will he play Ali J though, right wing back again?
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not.
Pascal, I prefer Pascal right wing back to any of them.
Pascal right wing back.
No.
What, Pascal?
He gave away
the
goal.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
No, I like No, against Southampton when he played right wing back, he played a good few decent passes from that deep row. I feel like Ali J's better in advanced position.
Yeah, Ali Razor's definitely not a defender.
No, of course not.
And remember when Potter tried playing Zakiri left wing back? It kind of worked as well.
That went well, actually.
It did work. It did work a bit.
Probably played his best game on his left wing back, to be fair.
Yeah, that was against Southampton as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Manic game.
And then next topic, boys. Bissouma. So before the game, I know Ryan and I we tweeted on our socials about this, and like it was about how Bissouma apparently. So we will clear this up because it was basically fake news. But there was rumours that he'd given a transfer request in, but that was soon dispelled by Big Andy Naylor. It was just all fake news. But I think just to echo what I said on socials, and I think quite a few people agreed, it's like. Because I saw a couple of people moaning. They're like, "Oh, how dare he? Like, blah blah blah. He's ruined his legacy and all this stuff." Like getting really annoyed about it. I was like, "How can you be annoyed? Like, he is a Champions League / Europa League player. Like, you can't stop him from
Europa
doing
League.
that." And
he's definitely not Europa League. He's definitely Champions League.
Champions League Europa.
Definitely Champions.
I'll stick with that.
Yeah, Champions League Rapper. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
we don't know yet.
Onto the point. He is worth, let's say, 40 million plus minimum. Like he will not be a Brighton player. Like he's too good for us, and that sounds bad. I don't want to say that, but he is. He's too good for us at this current time. We can't offer him European football. We just can't do it. So I don't see why people are getting angry. The fact that he wants to better himself and go and
Well, Pep Guardiola wants him, doesn't he? Pep Guardiola wants him, which answers the question. Which we said.
Anywhere, any club but Arsenal. I just do not want them to ruin him. Like, look at
the debate we had.
Unbelievable
CDM.
CDM.
Whether he gets into the the answer debate we had about whether he gets into the City page, City team. he does get into the City team because Pep Guardiola wants him. So that answers the question.
Debate, didn't we?
Yes, he gets into every team in the league, which means he's a Champions League player. Because if City want him, who are currently in the Champions League final, which makes them the best team in Europe, and they want Yves Bissouma, makes him a player fit for the best team in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Fernandinho has actually been incredible, to be fair to him, this season.
Yeah,
but he's getting on. He's getting on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and I just didn't understand the sort of outrage. Like, I know it was fake news in the end, and he didn't actually hand in a transfer request, but I don't see how fans can be upset and angered, because surely
I think it would
applaud someone for.
I see both
sides,
sides, to be honest. I see both sides. I don't like transfer requests. I think if he put it in now, it wouldn't be as much of a problem. I don't like transfer requests because it's like you're trying to leave, basically, and it does put you at cut price, which isn't ideal. Because then you get into all sorts of problems with, falling out, dropping him out of the team. Because if the transfer request thing was right, and it was true, not that it is now, I would have wanted him dropped for the rest of the season, personally. I wouldn't have wanted him in the squad because, you want to build for next season. You don't want someone that doesn't want to be there. It's like working with someone you don't want to, who doesn't want to be there. There's no point.
Yeah. Like an employer.
If they don't beg them to stay, just let them go. And I think with Bissouma, not that it was true, but I wouldn't have started him again if the transfer rumour was true. I think transfer requests are sticky. I think they're a bit, fans are always going to react in the way that they did, I think. I agree. Better himself. He's better than us by a mile, definitely. Him and Dunk by far better than our team. But transfer requests aren't always the prettiest way of doing it. Remember what happened with Dale Stephens? I stand by my comments at the time. You can still go on my Twitter if you wanted to. 2016, I've got a tweet on there saying, Dale Stephens, get out of my club. All that stuff. I stand by it. At the time, I completely stick with it. Don't care what he did after at the time.
I just don't think it will ever get to the point where Bissouma has to hand it in. I'm sure, surely the club.
I like to hope not. I feel like he's not like that.
They know how much money they need. Because obviously we're in that debt and whatever. And
40-50
will help,
mate,
massively.
As long as I'm happy. As long as it's 40 million plus, I'll take it. It's great business, amazing business. What, you signed him for
50-60 million, I think. 50-60. I reckon that's his bracket.
Yeah.
50-60 million. That's
really?
his bracket. I think.
Jesus.
With the current market, the way
Sander Berg is going for 35. Sander Berg's going for 35. I mean, if he's 35, Bissouma's easily double that. I mean, by a mile. I mean, Berg's been out for the last 2 or 3 months. Yeah. Berg's been out for the last 2 or 3 months, hasn't actually proved anything apart from being a Football Manager wonder kid. And whereas, Bissouma's been consistently quality for the last 2 years in the Prem.
Yeah, but then you could use that same logic though. Like, what has Bissouma achieved? Do you know what I mean? I know he's obviously played at a lower team.
A lot more than Berg. He's achieved so much more than Berg, though.
But in what sense, though? What has he actually achieved?
Because he started for a Premier League team under a manager that makes him play expansively. Yeah, but he started for the last year and a half for Sheffield United, but then he's been injured for the last 3 months. Definitely not performed at the level that Yves Bissouma has, and probably doesn't have the skill set that Yves Bissouma has. Yeah. I'd say that Bissouma's definitely worth more than Berg by a mile. I'd say.
I agree with you.
If Berg's 35,
but saying double though, I think double's a bit.
Yeah, I reckon so. Too. I mean, mate, there was talk of Wilfried Zaha going for 70 mil. After a 5-goal season.
That's because he's an attacker, though, isn't it?
Yeah, he's an attacker.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Yves Bissouma is not exactly easy to come by. A quality midfielder that can, do that's sort of box to box as well as doing, what he does. I mean, how much did Kante go for to Chelsea?
Do you know? 35, wasn't it? It was quite cheap. I think it was quite cheap. 35, I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's really cheap.
I actually don't know. I'm genuinely asking.
Kante to Chelsea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was really cheap. Oh yeah, there you go. 32 million. Yeah.
Jesus. 32. Oh. Wow, they got robbed there. That was daylight robbery.
Because do you remember they signed him for Leicester signed him for like 500 grand or something crazy.
Yeah.
4 million. They signed him. 5 million. I think it was from Leicester.
How old was he?
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't.
And then 32 million. Yeah, Chelsea to Leicester.
Interesting.
At the time,
I wouldn't let Bissouma go for anything less than sort of 45, 50 mil. Be good to get 60, I reckon.
Yeah. I can see 40,
listen,
45.
I want us to get as much as we can. I'm just trying to be realistic at the same time. I think 70, 80 million is a bit mental. But
no, I'm not saying 78. I'm saying 50, 60 mil.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I could see that happening with the market. The way the market's gone at the moment is mental. Like some players,
this Man City
not worth it.
He's easily Man City are
Yeah, we can basically go to Man City and be like, look, just give us all your money, and like they probably would pay it. So
if you put it this way though, Ryan, like I think they signed Kevin De Bruyne for like 65. So if you're saying Bissouma like 50, 60, then
but that was. But then again, Ben, that was a few years ago, and so the market hasn't the market's massive.
De Bruyne wasn't anywhere near the level that sort of Bissouma is at this stage. At the time they signed him, De Bruyne was more unknown.
I'm not having this.
De Bruyne was largely unknown. Listen to me then. Listen to me then. De Bruyne was largely.
I know. De
Bruyne was largely unknown and flopped massively in the Prem at Chelsea.
Yeah,
hugely in the Prem at Chelsea. So they let him go. Sent him to Wolfsburg. At that time, he was unbelievable. He had not achieved. Yeah, but at that time, he had not achieved much. I mean, I remember the outrage when he went for 40, 50. Was it 50 mil he went for? The outrage was insane. People saying there's no way this guy is worth 50 mil. There's no way. Whereas people now, rival fans are saying this Bissouma is worth 50, 60 million. You can ask basically any rival fan and they'll tell you the same. So that is not unreasonable to say at all.
I'm with you, but however, the fact you said that he was better than Kevin De Bruyne at Wolfsburg. That's just, I'm not having that, mate. He was unbelievable at the time, and basically, I remember the article you were talking about. It was the one, I think it was the Daily Mail did it, and it was like Kevin De Bruyne flop or something like that. I think that's like the famous. Here we go, the 60 million pound reject. That was It was the Mirror Sport. That was their headline. Manchester City ready to smash British record for Chelsea flop De Bruyne, the 60 million pound reject, and that's been memed. It's been
So, but if Bissouma went for 50 mil, there wouldn't be the outrage. People wouldn't be saying
no,
because it's well renowned that Bissouma's a very, very high quality player that deserves to play at the next level. I've spoke to multiple fans in the TSR thing, and they all do their own thing, right? And they all tell me that the Bissouma, you could easily get 50, 60 mil easily because these teams will pay that. And at that time,
I beg we do.
And as I'm saying, at that time, De Bruyne was unknown to English fans. There's no way on earth an English fan in 2015 would tell me honestly that they thought Kevin De Bruyne was 50 mil because De Bruyne to everyone else was the flop at Chelsea in the English league. Bissouma hasn't flopped in the English league. Yeah. There's a big difference between performing in Germany and performing in England. I mean,
of course,
you can look at anyone for that as an example.
I don't know about the Chelsea thing. The Chelsea thing, like that was just because he didn't get a chance. And I think Mourinho was
he didn't get enough of a chance, 100%.
No, and then he just started balled out in the Bundesliga. When I think and
obviously
you could argue the Bundesliga wasn't as good back then.
Yeah, the Bundesliga tax is real.
I'm not disregarding De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne is by far the best player in the league by a mile. I think he has been for the last 3 or 4 years. But I'm just saying, at that moment in time, it was an outrage. It is £50 million, and it wouldn't be an outrage if Yves Bissouma went for £50 million.
Yeah,
it wouldn't. No, it just wouldn't.
Agreed.
And they're completely different players as well. So there's no good at actually comparing either of them.
Yeah. Of course. One's an attacking player. One's a defensive-minded one. There's no good to compare. But just quickly, end this. He had 27 assists in 52 games for Wolfsburg before he moved.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Pretty mad stat. But yeah, anyway, no, mate. Look, I agree with you. I'm just saying, it was like Kevin De Bruyne. I remember at the time where that headline. I remember it done the rounds because everyone was like, 60 million pound reject, blah blah blah, and then it's absolutely blown in their faces. But yeah, anyway, enough of Kevin De Bruyne. Bissouma, hopefully. I mean, look, if he stayed for another season, that would be incredible. But I just don't see it happening. I think get our money, get our 50 million, and then we can roll with it. We got Saicedo anyway, so. Fuck the haters.
Yeah, we do.
And then,
let's see him. Let's see him.
Yeah, let's get him in the team. Get him in the freaking squad. Right, also, boys, so we might as well confirm it because it's all been confirmed in it. So next week on the podcast, we're going to have good old Danny Cashman on the podcast. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. Obviously, unfortunately, sadly, he did get released by Brighton.
Yeah. His good old clothing stories, private stories on Snapchat. World class.
Yeah, mate, we're gonna find out all of it next week. We're gonna get him on, but we just thought we just wanted to discuss it because we found it a bit strange to be honest. So obviously he got released. Was it a couple of weeks ago? When it Ryan, I think, or a month ago or something?
A week ago. Literally.
Was it a week? Only last week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. A week ago. So yeah, he got told he's been released or has been released, and then Brighton Hove Albion official Twitter basically tweeted saying, what was it? Danny
goal
Cashman,
of the month.
No, Premier League Division 2 Player of the Month.
Oh, was it Player of the Month? I thought it was Goal of the Month.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So it's Player of the Month. Yeah, and then all the replies were just like, mate, you just released him. Like,
crazy.
I thought it was very strange.
That is actually really baffling. Like whenever I watch under 23s or see the highlights, he's always working hard. He's normally involved in a goal. So I don't understand the logic of why that's the case. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you and say, I've watched loads of Premier League 2 games, because I haven't. So we don't know, obviously, what he's like on a game-to-game basis. But, like you said, Ben, I've always seen, like, Danny, he scored in this game, or he's done well in this game kind of thing. And I always saw his name banded about. So he's obviously doing something right. But, yeah, we don't obviously know the reasons why.
Maybe it's because like the under-18s. Obviously, the under-18s have been flying. And we also won the under-17 Cup. Maybe, I think, who's the... Well, we've got quite a few players in the under-18s that everyone loves at the moment. So maybe it's that they're going to be transitioning into the under-23 squad next year. So
it could be a lot of
competition. We've got so much quality in that under-18. It's a joke. Like our under-18.
Mate, was it Emerson? That Emerson goal. Yeah. Oh my God, we've got to talk about that.
Andrew Moran as well. No, it's Moran.
Oh no, sorry. Was it
Jack
Moran?
Moran.
Sorry, mate. That goal was a joke. Like that little spin he did from the halfway line. And then that finish was incredible. Big congrats to them, actually. Well done, lads. Really good. Yeah, was it against Middlesbrough, wasn't it?
Yeah, at Borough as well,
Yeah.
We got revenge finally after the championship.
They cut the live stream, didn't they, as well, Borough? They cut the live stream before we could raise the cup. Which is a bit petty. Middlesbrough, little petty.
But looking forward to have Dan Cashman in. So if you do have any questions for him, I think we'll do some social stuff so you can send them in that way. But also comment some stuff down
Could
here.
Could be quite interesting.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Just been released, so he doesn't have that media restrictions of him having to talk about the club. So if he's comfortable to, he can talk about whatever he wants about Brighton, really. So
everything, So send your questions in. We'd love to hear about it. And then finally, boys, let's wrap up the show with our preview of West Ham.
Who just lost to Everton.
So are they actually still in the running for the Champions League? They are, aren't they? They can still qualify, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So, I mean,
still
they've got everything to play for. They've got everything to play for.
Never beat us in the
Fulham
Prem.
win tonight, they never beat us in the Prem. But if Fulham win tonight, we might be in like sort of mood where like, who cares? So we could be like a Sheffield United thing where like we might just play really well because we're like,
True.
Yeah, it's hard to give an opinion actually on this game because it literally depends on the game that kicks off in an hour's time.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It could go either way on that. It could be, this is a massive game for us, we need to win it. Or it could be, doesn't really matter. I mean, if Fulham do go and lose tonight, I'll just be like, I just don't really care. Get the season over, to be honest. Just get it over. Start the season again. I just want to get to next season again. Now, to be honest. If it's all over, it gets next season.
On FM, you can just skip. You can skip to the end of the season, can't you? Like go on holiday.
Go on holiday.
Go on holiday.
Just do that.
I might just do that in real life. Just simulate the days.
Literally. But no, like obviously. So just to provide a bit of context. So West Ham are 5 points behind Leicester in fourth, who are in fourth. So they're still with 3 or 4 more games to go. They've still got all to play for. So they'll be motivated. They're going to go into the game.
And also Leicester are really kind of bottling it at the moment, classic Rodgers style.
Exactly. So I mean, and they've got some quality players, haven't they? We can't forget like Barama, Lanzini, Jay Lings, of course.
Souček.
Oh yeah, coming back to his home.
Rice.
But none of that matters when you got Jose Izquierdo, mate. None of that matters when you got Jose playing against West Ham.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Jose against West Ham
is
is
track
different
record.
Class.
Yeah,
everyone should know that
Jose
by now.
Whips.
Oh, my Wi-Fi is gone again.
Hopefully, I'd love to see us.
Imagine if that's still in the edit. God.
But no, it'll be interesting to see where I go on with that. But no, like Ryan said, I think it is tough to sort of give a proper preview, just because of
so much going on.
With Fulham playing as well, we don't actually know. But I mean, look,
Wi-Fi makes pain. Just pain.
I did see your screen like freeze for about 30 seconds.
It's fully gone.
Is he gone? Is he still here? But look,
welcome to Storrington.
Let's say, boys, let's just do a scenario then. Let's say Fulham do win and they keep their hopes alive tonight. All right. What are your predictions going into the game? Ryan, do you want to kick us off?
Tough game then. Tough game because, as I say, Dunk, Veltman, Mopey all out is not to be underestimated. I think it's going to be totally different in defence. It'll be really weird, I think.
Missing some big characters.
2 big characters, definitely. So, I honestly don't know who we're even going to start with, to be fair. Mopey up front maybe could be more avoidable. It's more replaceable. But losing 2 of your key figures in defence is big, and I think we could struggle with that. But at the same time, it sometimes also works out, like, you know, football. Sometimes it works out.
Time for Ben White to stand up, Adam Webster to stand up and make their name.
If Ben White's this superstar, if he's this superstar youngster that everyone talks him as, now's his chance to be the superstar now. I mean, all eyes are probably going to be on him. Yeah, I mean, Webster more likely, but I mean, Webster has been a bit iffy since he's come back, hasn't he, to be honest?
Bit shaky.
Bit
shaky. I saw against Wolves. I saw I think it's Fabio Silva running down the left, and Adam Webster couldn't catch up with him, and then you see Ben White like sprint past Adam Webster just to clean up his mess.
I thought Ben White was really good yesterday. Well, as in, like, especially in the first half, maybe not so much.
First half, second half, he was.
First half he was good, but second half he was a bit poor. But
second half, it's hard to say a good word about anyone, to be honest. Apart from probably Robert Sanchez, I'd say the rest of it is a bit poor, to be honest. But I'd say West Ham preview. If the pressure's off, totally different conversation. But imagine that Fulham win tonight. Tough game, I think. Very tough game without 3 of our key players. Yeah, I honestly think they could beat us.
Percy Tau up front, Adi Zakiri up front, Conley up front. Either of those 3.
Get them all on.
We should expect.
Or just get some underrated. Get Emerson up there. Get some.
Get 5.
Give Emerson to the end of the season, mate.
Ethan Ferguson, is that his name? Evan Ferguson. Evan
Ferguson. Yeah. And Ben, anything to add or say differently about?
I think there's obviously a few positions up for grabs. Yeah, like I was saying, Ben White, Webster, it's time for them to step up, make their name in the squad, take over, because one of them is going to have to take over Dunkey eventually. So if they want to make their name in the squad, now's their time to do it with him out. It'll be interesting to see who we play up front alongside Welbeck, assuming that Welbeck plays again. We were saying earlier in the pod that we kind of like the little and large type thing, so give it Percy Tau. If Aaron Conley's not going to get a chance, give it Percy. That'll be good.
But Percy's got the attitude, hasn't he? Like, he comes across like he actually cares. I mean, Aaron Conley couldn't care less about what he's doing at the weekend, and so I just think
going to Shoosh.
Part of going to Shoosh
every time.
So
Shoosh is a great place.
Give it Percy. Give it Welbs. And then defence make itself up depending on how White and Webster step up, depending on how, as you say, chance to be the leader. I've gone on about leaders a lot in this podcast, but the leader needs to come out of someone, and hopefully it can be White or Webster, you think. We'll see.
Yeah, mate. I'm not going to waffle on, just to basically echo both of what you said. It's going to be a tough game. And looking forward to it, especially if Fulham win tonight. If Fulham lose tonight, I'll be really looking forward to it. So
we could be mathematically safe if they're watching this right now.
Come on, you Burnley, up the Burnley,
go on the Burnley, go on the Clarets.
Brexit Britain, baby. Right, so boys, let's.
If you made it this far, comment Percy in.
Percy in.
We need Percy in.
Percy in. Yeah,
get South African stat patches, boys.
If you've made it this far, comment down below, Percy in. And of course,
if he doesn't play, then we need to swap Potter's house and get the SWAT team to go in and try and follow him. He's obviously missing. He's going somewhere.
Mate, we're going to be due a nice big holiday to South Africa soon. Go on some safari.
All expenses paid. All expenses paid. Yeah. Love it. But no, honestly, if you're watching on YouTube, please do hit the like button. It does mean a lot. It really helps us out. And of course, keep commenting, keep liking, share, whatever you got to do. Really appreciate it. And of course, if you're listening on Spotify and Apple, keep streaming. Again, really means a lot to us. And we appreciate all the support and love, as always. But boys, I think without further ado,
that's it.
Peace out, A-Town down.
Peace.
Bissouma's clear of De Bruyne.
Hey.